The first time I looked at Forge World Hades, I was like, oh hey, cool. That's oh holy, you did what?
There's just way too much. I couldn't keep it all in my head at once.
It was so beyond my forging capabilities. I was like, that's crazy. I can't do that.
I couldn't stop Chairman Ninja forging it despite all of the obstacles he faced.
Forge is a game engine that players can use to build their own maps, and at its core, Forge is still a map editor.
Ah, yes, because fucking Forge is a game engine inside of a game engine.
Bungie in FIFA 3 always had this vision right from the get-go, which was anyone can build anything.
And guess what, Pit lovers? They also envisioned user-generated war crimes against fuckers from the campaign.
Given the fans tools, they can take and run with it and make it their own.
Forge World actually started as 5 separate maps, and some mad lad said, wouldn't it be cool if you could play this and go over there, and then play over there if you wanted to? Forge World was born.
There were a lot of people and Forge bugs in the beta tell me that no, you cannot ship this as one big map.
Bro accidentally deleted his map like a dumbass, but he started to pick up pieces of his map because I told him that mistakes makes you stronger.
We have this awesome new feature called scaling that makes most objects compatible with mostly any size.
We're pushing what we can do with the Forge budget so that it lets us have many more objects up on the screen at once, and that leads us pulling more new objects out of Forge.
Just fucking take a wasp or a banshee out for a spin because it takes more time to reach the other side of Forge World Hades than the bus going to my local bus stop in Quebec. And that is no joke.
The second time you come into this space, you should know that you're on Halo.
Our old friend, the Forerunners, come back because the Forerunners create all sorts of cool and interesting pieces of poetry.
I wanted to give people a variety of locations that they could forge in a different way, so a gulch, an island, interior.
Very skinny outdoor pocket, a copy and paste pit of rock from Extension.
Let's reforge a beloved canvas into a new anvil of fire with amplified tools originally built from Halo 3 so that people can still start manipulating it on interesting ways, or that we can change it.
Bro, deadass carved pieces of blood gold like it's 2010 in Halo Reach so that people can still start manipulating it on interesting ways.
Unlike Overwatch 2, Forge World Hades was actually made with PvE in mind.
I definitely looked at what developers and forgers did in Forge World and asked, what can I learn from this?
It's one thing to remake Forge World, but no one was expecting Forge World Hades, and it was just like a completely, whoa, what?
I wasn't really impressed by this map until I realized that he named it after Hades. I only know Hades from God of War.
In the previous Halos, it was cool that we can move things around, but it was still kind of clunky.
I was like, I have to make this better.
What are some of the tricks that the community is using, and how can we make those not be tricks and just make those just be tools?
I saw that 343 beat me to it by taking those old tricks and made them into real features. So normal, phase, and fix come back with a new feature that lets you completely disable collision or enable collision.
I mainly see it as a way to help push back on desync in Forge maps.
It's much easier to organize a Forge space. There's folders, name tags, collaborators, map descriptions, map screenshots, and more precise units than the units in Reach.
Spartan, don't forget to tell him about prefabs. You can copy and paste shit in your map. It's like you can become the fucking developers from Tears of the Kingdom.
The camera controls is actually really good for object placement because like little touches on the stick don't translate to really sudden jumpy movements. And then also we have a refined flying editing mode. You click in the stick and the camera moves very slowly.
You're not spending 3 hours to get one block to line up with 3 other blocks.
You can edit most parts of the skybox, like lighting and audio. Select a object to select all objects, like in Halo Reach.
You can do custom colors. You can take these Forge pieces and say, hey, that's orange, so the orange base can look like the orange base.
Infinite's small-ass sandbox includes new things like the grapple shot, and if people want to build some sort of freaky map and really take use of this grapple shot, then they can do that now since this map disabled copy protection.
Custom games and Forge go together like peanut butter and jelly. You're able to do things with game types that people might not even expect. My favorite example is Forge World Zeta from MacDaddy 000001.
I'm super excited to see what people do with it when it's going out because there's so much crazy stuff in there and it's amazing.
The community is just gonna outstrip me and spank me because there's always someone better at forging than me.
Things that are good are downloaded by a lot of people and passed around to a lot of people. That makes the really sweet stuff buckle up to the top. I'm looking forward to what the next big community game tech is going to be.
Halo Infinite is like Halo's swan song for the decade because, well, it's identical like my dad. It disappears for the milk because Halo Infinite is the last Halo game of the decade.
It's nice to go out with a bang, and this is a pretty big one.
Let's forge a new Halo.